Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Football Roundup. Once again, you're joined by myself and Taylor. Taylor, do you want to kick us off with, some of the things we want to discuss today?
Yeah, well, if you remember about last week when we were discussing whether Lampard would get sacked or not, it didn't take long to find out. He got sacked in the upcoming days. So we're going to discuss whether the new takeover of Tuchel will be positive for Chelsea or whether it will just carry on the way it was going before.
It's we've sort of be seen as good predictors. I mean, we predicted Man United with the title. They lost last night to Sheffield United, and we've also predicted this Lampard to go. I think everyone knew though, didn't they, that Lampard would eventually be out of the club, don't you think?
Yeah, I think everyone knew it was coming eventually. It was just how quick it was going, really.
Yeah, I think it was poorly done. But, it's over now for Lampard. There's still time for him to improve. But now you've got Tuchel at Chelsea. I know a lot of Chelsea fans are excited. But I don't know if I am. I'm not too sure about Tuchel.
I don't know. I know he's done well at play. I know he's done well. He started well at Dortmund.
Yeah.
He got sacked from there. He did all right at PSG, but they kicked him out with 6 months to go there because they'd had enough of his attitude towards the board and towards the players. So I'm not sure how well he'll fit in at Chelsea, to be honest.
No, I mean, I've got some stats here about Tuchel as a manager. His stats are impressive. Let's just say that. So he's got a 62.96% win rate at Dortmund, and it was even higher at PSG at 74.8%. But you'd expect that at PSG, wouldn't you? You expect that, if you're managing by far the best team in French football, you expect that sort of percentage win rate. He's also won the DFB Pokal at Dortmund, and he won for both years. Both years was at PSG as well. He won the title. He's won things. He's a successful manager, but will he be successful with this Chelsea team? That's what I'm thinking.
That's the problem. Well, they did play Wolves the other day, and that was a 0-0 draw. But I don't think you can judge a lot of that game, to be honest.
No.
He had only had one game, one day even to train them. He didn't really know what he was doing. He should have looked into the players a bit more, though, because he did drop Mount straight away. He was been one of Chelsea's best players. He played Hudson-Odoi at wing back.
Yeah,
you should have done a bit more research, to be honest.
It's
I don't know how happy the players. I don't know how happy the fans were that Billy Gilmour wasn't even on the bench.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird one, and I think what may be the issue for Chelsea is the relationship between Tuchel and a few of the players. Obviously, Mount was a fan favourite with Lampard, wasn't he? It's the same way he is with Gareth Southgate. But it's going to be difficult. I think it's obviously hard to predict. He's only just come in. For Chelsea's sake, let's hope they do better than they were at Lampard. But I think it was just too early to get rid of Lampard. Should have given more of a chance. But getting Tuchel in to sort of steady the boat in a way, maybe a good appointment to just get Chelsea back on track in a way, get a nice league finish this season, and then think about glory next season.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be a good short-term manager, but that's Chelsea's way of having managers. So for them, it'll be a good signing.
Yeah,
I think people already look at him quite negatively, to be honest.
Yeah,
because all the Chelsea fans, they all romanticize Lampard's time at Chelsea and how amazing he was, and almost his legacy he created with his young players.
Yeah,
but he didn't have the choice to use those young players. He was just put on him. So now Tuchel's using the players he knows, like the German players, Thiago Silva and Pulisic, who he's played with in previous clubs.
Yeah,
everyone's already looking down on him. Whereas if he's been there for one day, he's obviously going to try and use the players that he knows.
Exactly, and that's Lampard had no other choice.
He had a transfer ban, didn't he? So
exactly. So he had to deal, and he's very done well with the players he had. He's similar to what Arsenal have sort of done in a way. Building it from the youth players. Integrating the youth players with the first team. But it'll be interesting to see what happens at Chelsea over the next 6 months or so. See where they finish into the season, and see what.
It'll depend if you can get it out of. It'll depend if you can get the best out of Werner and Havertz.
That's the question.
That's one reason they might have brought him in.
Yeah.
The German link. He knows German football. He knows how they like to play.
Yeah.
if he gets the best out of them and starts playing well with them, then it could turn around for Chelsea.
Exactly. And for Chelsea's sake, obviously, we hope so, but I hope not. I mean, it'd be nice if that crash and burns as well, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, yeah, he's a successful manager. It's a good appointment, name-wise, getting Tuchel in at Chelsea. But I think sacking Lampard was wrong. Should have given more of time to, develop with the players. He has. And also, we're going to discuss transfers later on, but I thought it was appropriate to add this in now. In the summer window, Chelsea are going with the same principles as they did last summer, bringing in big players for big money, right? So they're eyeing up, I saw today on Sky Sports, they're Haaland, £66 million release clause.
I don't want to see that happen because he's definitely coming to City. So,
so they're eyeing up Haaland, Upamecano, and Alaba. Is the answer for Chelsea to bring more players in, or is it to build a team with the players they've got and try and make success with the young players mixed in with the experienced?
It's a tricky one, really, because now they've gone so far with the buying players, they only need to buy like 3 more, and then they've built a whole new squad.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but that is Tuchel's way. At PSG, he got annoyed with the board because they wouldn't back him with money when he wanted it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the Chelsea board like spending money, so it almost looks like they'll fit together quite well.
Yeah. I mean,
it depends how well he can control. I mean, they're not getting Haaland; he's coming to City.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
They're not going to get Alaba; he's pretty much going to Real Madrid. And
have you seen the contract? Have you seen the amount of money Alaba wants?
That's why he's not. It was rumored to come to City. To be fair, but we didn't want to pay that much money for him.
350 grand a week, I think he wants, which is ridiculous. Yeah.
Anyway,
so it's a stupid amount of money, and I think. It's Tuchel's style, it's Chelsea's style, isn't it? Bringing in players for big bucks. We've seen it over the years, sort of, don't know how to use the phrase, but buying the league in a way. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, it may be a mistake bringing in big players for big money because they already have, a decent squad. They just need to learn how to, work as a team.
They've got a better squad than Everton and West Ham, and they're ahead of them in the league. So if they can get their squad working and actually start playing, and they could easily push top 6, maybe even take over West Ham in 5th. But the way West Ham are playing at the moment, they could be in Europe next year, even the Champions League for all we know.
Yeah,
Liverpool are playing as well.
West Ham have just been. With West Ham, they've always had the team. They've always had the team to compete.
Yeah, they've always had quality in their players. They've just never got it out of them.
No, they've just never managed to get up to the top, and they've always managed to, fall behind or bottle, potential European, to compete in European competitions. But this season, it's massively turned around. Bringing Moyes in. Moyes is sort of in Moyes' style of playing with that West Ham team. I'm seeing. Everton. Moyes is Everton.
Yeah. You see a squad that all wants to play with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone believes in almost the philosophy and the way he wants to rebuild the team, kind of.
Exactly, and I'm seeing, such togetherness and such fight as well. From players like Antonio, which you've never seen it before. They've got some great talent as well. Souček, unbelievable player. Down here.
What a player.
I know.
Love Souček.
He's brilliant. When he first came in.
7 goals this season.
Exactly that. We've got that down here. He's got 7 goals.
In 20 appearances.
Yeah. He's an outstanding player. When they first signed him, you sort of thought, that's a West Ham signing. He's going to be like the rest. But he's completely turned it around. He's always been good, but he's really,
Him and Rice in midfield. I think they're one of the best midfields in the Premier League. They've got they're very dominant, very physical, and they're both actually really good with their feet. They're a lot better than people think they are.
Yeah,
so
they are.
They're like 2 good pivots. They're not like a Gundogan and Rodri pivot that don't work.
No,
Souček and Rice are the pivot. They just complement each other. If one goes forward, the other will stay back.
Yeah, it's just suitable. Works. And that's it's showing it is working. They're 5th. They're only 2 points behind Liverpool now, as it stands. So they could go up to 4th
They were in fourth before the Liverpool game yesterday.
I know, yeah. You know, so
the thing about West Ham is people normally will overestimate them. Like I normally put them quite high in my Premier League predictions, and they always seem to let me down. Over this year, I think everyone had enough predicting them high, and then finally put them down in the lower half of the league.
Yeah,
and it's almost like they've just taken on and said, "No, we're not like that anymore.
No,
we're going to push ourselves up." And now they've just flown ahead of everyone else.
They're really sort of, going to, when you go to West Ham, you sort of think, it's another West Ham game.
Mid-table finish.
Yeah,
easy.
We should be able to turn them over. But
yeah,
going to West Ham now, you're like, oh, they might actually, give us a fight here. You might actually struggle. The next 3 games are huge for their season and for potential European spots. So first of all, they've got Liverpool next. So if they beat Liverpool, they jump 2 points.
Go ahead of them,
Yeah. So there'll be 2 points in front of Liverpool. Then they've got Aston Villa, which is a big game because obviously Aston Villa are looking to, they've got so many games in hand. So a win for Arsenal, a win for West Ham there would be nice for Arsenal and the teams down in the bottom, well, not the bottom of the mid-table. And then they've got Fulham. Obviously, no disrespect to Fulham, but West Ham should be winning that with their position. So they've got not a nice run, but if they get, they get 6-7 points out of those.
Yeah, because last season, the Aston Villas and the Fulhams were the kind of games where with West Ham, it could have gone either way. It was almost a 50-50. Whereas this season, the way it's West Ham are playing, you almost expect them to win those kind of games now.
Yeah.
Which just shows how well Moyes has done.
I mean, I've got West Ham fans as mates. I know a lot of them. Family who are West Ham fans as well. And they all keep saying, "Oh, you know what? We'll fall off eventually. We'll fall off." But all messages to West Ham fans. I think keep the faith. I think you've got a chance here to get even European football. You've got a huge chance. You've only lost. I think they've only lost 5 games this season, which is it's not as much compared to the games other people have lost.
No, it's less than you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. They've gone far and beyond. Above
I feel like people underestimate Moyes a lot, to be honest.
So do I. I think they sort of.
It's almost like he's not got the look and the aura kind of a Pep or a Klopp. People don't see him and get scared. They see him and think, "Oh, it's little David Moyes."
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Then he comes with the way he plays, and it's just good. It's almost like people look down on him as a bad manager because of his time at United.
Yeah, and
how he didn't perform as well there. But then you look at all the managers that have come after him at United, and they've all done just as bad as he has. But it's almost like he got made into a kind of meme, which almost emphasised his time. And then he had a few bad years. He went to Real Sociedad, didn't do well. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he's actually a good manager.
No.
He just couldn't do it at United.
He's not a bad manager at all. I think for Moyes, he was brought in at the wrong time at United. I think
any manager was brought in at the wrong time.
Exactly. I mean, you can't expect a manager to repeat what Alex Ferguson did, can you?
No, exactly.
And I think that's what they did. They had so much success under Sir Alex, and then Moyes came in, and they expected him to just continue the way that they would play before. And as you said, that going to United sort of damaged his legacy as a manager. And sort of respect as well, but he's regaining it now with West Ham. He really is. As you said, he doesn't have that aura. He doesn't have that image as a top manager. Yeah. But he's really starting to prove himself. He's bringing back that David Moyes we saw when he was at Everton. But yeah, I think they really do have a chance of getting European football. I really do.
Yeah, if they were to get European football, how many players do you reckon they should sign?
Well, that's the thing. They've already signed Jesse Lingard on loan, which I think is a good signing.
I think that is a good signing.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good signing for West Ham. No disrespect to West Ham, but Jesse Lingard isn't a bad player.
Good for Jesse Lingard as well, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, Jesse Lingard...
He's good enough to be playing first-team football.
Yeah. He's got a nice move.
Maybe not for United, but definitely for a Premier League team.
Yeah. He's got a nice move. He's got a nice move to a London club where he can, revive his... revive himself as a player.
And he'll be hungry as well. He'll want to prove himself. He'll want to be in contention for the England squad for the Euros. He's going to want to play well.
And you never know, he might, at West Ham, he might change as a person as well. You know, he might not be as childish as we've seen him before.
I just want to see his dances again.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Dancing at the London Stadium against United, that'd be good.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Could do like an Adebayor against you for us.
Yeah.
It just runs down the other end of the pitch and starts Millie rocking in front of everyone.
That'd be brilliant. But obviously they've signed just Lingard on loan. They got Ben Rama on a permanent.
Yeah, they made him a permanent deal.
Yeah.
But they had to do that. They had to do that because obviously you're only allowed 2 players on loan from your domestic leagues. So they had Craig Dawson and Ben Rama. So they had to make one of them permanent to bring in Jesse Lingard on loan. So it was very clever of them making Ben Rama a permanent transfer because it allowed them to bring in Lingard as well. That Ben Rama looks like a really good player.
I mean, that's the thing. You know,
more players with skill that you just overlook.
Yeah, it's so true. It's, you know, I was talking to one of my mates the other day about West Ham, and back in the Payet days, they'd pass the ball to Payet, and they would rely on Payet. You know, they rely on Payet to do all the work. But now they've got a team that work for each other. Everyone wants a bit of the ball. You know, they're looking for one another, not just for one player, which is really important. You know, they've got this competitive team that wants to compete at the top against the big boys. You know.
I've got a question for you, Jack.
Go on.
Was Payet better than Ozil? That was a big discussion at the time with that Payet and Ozil.
What?
When Payet played for West Ham, it was
still
banging in free kicks left, right, and centre.
maybe more as a goal scorer. Yeah, by far, he was brilliant. He could, you know, the goals he would score, but assist wise, no. You know, you can't beat the assist king. Never. No.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Ozil's just raw talent, and he's just like almost ease of how he passed the ball around.
No, you can't.
Nowhere near Payet.
Nowhere near, and the way Payet fell off as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of similar.
Didn't really have a chance to fall off, did he? He just got pushed out.
Yeah, exactly. He got pushed out of Arsenal, whereas Payet actually chose to, you know, he sort of secured his own destiny of just
and then ruined his career in the French league.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, but yeah, West Ham do have a chance. And obviously we've discussed the transfers. And then one transfer I do want to discuss, I've got written down here, is Odegaard's move to Arsenal. What are your opinions on that move? Do you think it's a good move, or do you reckon it's a bad move by Arsenal?
I think it's quite a good move, to be honest, by Arsenal. If you look at your midfield now, there aren't that many central attacking midfielders. You seem to go a lot down the wing. You've got very defensive midfield. So almost bringing in an attacking outlet in your midfield will almost help your forward line do what they need to do. They need to score goals to win games.
Yeah.
You have a lot of the ball, but you tend to pass it around the midfield and the back quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like with a player in the middle that will help move the ball forward, I think it could help a lot. What do you think?
Yeah, he's a raw talent. You know, he's still young. He's got a lot of potential. And he's shown it at Real Sociedad, who's, you know, fantastic. He hasn't had his chance at Real Madrid yet. And he's said that his ultimate ambition is to, you know, play for Real Madrid, you know, which is fair enough. I think anyone would want to, you know.
Especially ahead of Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, yeah. That's just, you know, obvious. But but yeah, he's the only thing I'm worried about, not worried, just a bit, I don't know if worried is the right word, but if he comes in, bear in mind he's still young, he's a young player. He's, first of all, never played in the Premier League. He's got 6-month loan. Is 6 months enough, first of all, for him to get used to the Premier League and the pace of it? And will his input in the Arsenal side almost damage the progression of the likes of Smith Rowe and Saka? Because if he's coming in and replacing them in that Arsenal side, where Smith Rowe and, you know, I don't think Saka will be out of it, but, you know, Odegaard replacing Smith Rowe, would it potentially be better for Arteta to look at the Arsenal team he's got now, develop Smith Rowe and those fellow youngsters around him, wait until the summer before he makes not a big decision, but a decision to potentially bring in another central attacking midfielder?
It is a tricky one. Is there a way in your midfield you could have Odegaard and Smith Rowe together? And then maybe have Partey in behind them?
The formation at the moment, no. We play. I think the formation we play at the moment is nice. The partnership between Xhaka and Partey especially the other night. Huh? Yeah. Oh, the other night against Southampton, I don't know what's happened recently. He's just come out of his shell.
He's kind of a dirty player that the Arsenal fans like and everyone else hates.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes Arsenal fans don't like him, but I think recently.
But that's what comes with the way he plays.
Exactly. But yeah, recently he's come out of his shell. He's come out of hibernation, and he's really, some of the passes he's stringing along, the tackles as well. He's really committed.
Yeah, that was kind of like us with Fernandinho. I remember when we first signed him, you could tell there was something there, but he wasn't quite cutting it. And then all of a sudden, something clicked in him, and he's become one of the best CDMs in the world. So
yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. It really is. He's
could Smith Rowe play on the right?
I don't think so. I think the team that's the thing though. I think we have a good team now. I don't think we need to change it.
So
yeah, I mean Pepe played well against Southampton. Obviously, still got a lot to prove.
Yeah,
but this team is playing well now under Arteta. Obviously, it's one player. One player isn't going to hurt. But the only thing is it going to be a waste bringing in Odegaard for them not to have a permanent deal at the end? That's the issue. He's got 6 months at Arsenal to prove himself to Zidane really and Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So I think we're just going to have to see.
Bench, I mean,
yeah, I think we're going to have to see at the end of the season whether obviously we'll find out if it was a mistake or not. But it's an interesting move and it's exciting for Arsenal fans as well. But another interesting transfer speculation I've got written down here is Dele Alli. What has happened to Dele Alli? What has actually happened to Dele Alli?
I think that Tanguy and Ndombele has almost taken his position. I think that Ndombele is a class player.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he should be a good attacking player. He looks like a solid rock at the back.
He does.
But he's just so elegant on the ball and the way he twists around defenders, moves around. I mean, he had Thiago in his pocket the other day for 90 minutes and he still managed, with all that weight in his back pocket, he still managed to run around the pitch. So I feel like Ali almost can't get a look in at the moment. So I feel like a move away could be quite good for him, to be honest.
Would you say a loan move or permanent?
To PSG, you wouldn't turn down a full transfer to PSG, would you?
No.
So almost a loan move to PSG would almost be a bit of a waste, I guess, because if you go into PSG for 6 months and then you don't get anything out the end of it, you may as well try and get everything you can at the start.
Yeah. I mean,
that's how I see it.
I mean, Ali, under Mourinho, let's look at Ali under Mourinho. When he first came in, Ali was outstanding. Mourinho got the best out of this, this English talent, which, had been in the dark for for a little time. He wasn't performing as well under Pochettino's last days at Spurs. But he came out of his shell. He's scoring goals, assisting, and then he's just sort of sat back a little bit and relaxed. He's now got that.
Do you think it's the way Tottenham are playing now that's almost kicked Ali out of the team? Because obviously Kane drops a bit further back and lets the wingers run forward. So it's almost like Kane's almost taken Ali's position, and that's how Ndombele's come in, because he's more of a centre mid instead of a fully attacking midfielder.
Yeah,
so
maybe
it's almost like there's no space for Ali in the team.
Yeah, maybe Spurs don't need that attacking midfielder that Ali provides, because Kane almost does the job for him.
Yeah, Kane plays 2 positions at once, so you may as well have Kane in and then have more full centre mids.
So maybe
you're more solid as well.
Exactly. It's turned him into a world-class player as well. Obviously, he was better before. He was world-class before, but he's a complete striker now, Kane. So, I mean, it's almost similar to the Lingard situation. Maybe a loan move away to, maybe not PSG, but a club like West Ham or, I don't know, maybe like a side like Leicester even.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I could see him.
I could see him in a Leicester team. Space for him anywhere.
He's not a bad player, is he? Dele Alli. No. He's not a bad player. I think he just needs
game time.
He needs game time. He needs confidence as well. I mean, I read the other day, a couple of days ago that Mourinho said that he's expecting Ali to stay anyway. So if Ali stays, it won't be a bad move, I don't think, to stick where he is.
Would it be a good signing for PSG?
No, I don't think it would. I really don't think it would be. I think he would sit on the bench, to be honest.
Probably, yeah. To be honest, it's the same thing he's doing at Tottenham now.
Exactly. So I don't think it'd be a good move for him or the club. I don't. No, it's a weird one, isn't it?
Ali's almost in the situation where you get the would you rather question quite a lot. It's almost would you rather get paid £100,000 a week and play every week at, say, an Everton, or would you prefer to get paid £300,000 a week but sit on the bench at a PSG? What do you think? What would you do in that situation?
I want to play football, I think.
Yeah, I mean, £100,000 a week is more than enough, and if you're getting to play football as well, I'd pick that one all day.
Yeah, I mean, I'd play playing for, you know, he at the end of the day, it's important for him to get match time for him to have any chance of having a comeback.
Yeah. You know, and be able to play in the England squad as well. He needs to prove himself.
Yeah, the Euros coming up, so he really needs to get himself back on track. And I think a move to PSG won't do it for me. I don't think it's a weird one. It's really odd, really weird transfer. But
what do you think of Willian Jose? He's just moved to Wolves, hasn't he? From was it Real Sociedad?
I'm not too sure. I don't know. I'm not too. I haven't seen much about him.
I didn't really know him from FIFA, to be honest, and he seems like a Jimenez replacement.
Right. Was he forward?
Obviously, Jimenez, we don't know how good he's going to be if he comes back at all, to be honest, because he shouldn't really be heading the ball.
No.
And I feel like Wolves almost need that central striker at the moment. Because obviously they've got the talented, small, nippy wingers like Neto and Podence, but they don't almost have that outlet to give it to for the crosses and for the dirtiness to just almost stand there and let them play while he's waiting in the box.
Yeah, maybe he's a man that, you know, they've really missed Jimenez, Wolves. They really have. So maybe that transfer is good to, you know, get that player they need in the, you know, to replace him. But yeah, I mean, as far as transfers go, there hasn't been much going on, has there? Really, it's been. I think obviously the situation everyone's in at the moment, in the Premier League and all across football around the world, no one really has any money, do they? So I think loan moves.
That's why a lot of loans are going around.
Yeah, loan moves are the way to go. Yeah. Loan moves are the future. Yeah.
There's one loan move that I am very interested in.
What's that?
Edin Dzeko, rumoured to come back to City on loan for 6 months.
I mean, it'd be nice to have him back, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at the time, he actually wasn't that great. I wasn't the biggest fan of him, but whenever we used to watch City, my whole family would be against Dzeko. Would be like, just play Guerra and play someone else. But my dad, he would always sit there, and he was almost like a little Dzeko fanboy. And now I almost want him back just because he is that presence at striker. He's playing well for Roma. He's almost the kind of perfect player that we need. The amount of crosses we do, and no one's getting on the end of them.
He's almost like your Olivier Giroud, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's
with a bit more pace.
Yeah, you know, he can finish with his feet and his head. So,
if he was to score a header in the last game of the season to win the league, and then Aguero to finish it off.
Yeah. It'd be like the good times, wouldn't it?
I actually met Dzeko when I was younger.
Did you?
Yeah, outside the football museum in Manchester. If you're ever there, I was there one time.
I was there. I met Dzeko. No, that'd be an interesting move actually, to have him back at the Etihad. But yeah, I mean, you know, as far as that goes, I mean, transfers. You know, there's what day is it? It's obviously, as time of filming, it's the 29th. So we have 2 days left of the window.
People need to hurry up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really going on. There's no transfers. Been a bit of a weird window. But apart from those moves, nothing's really been going on. But you know, moving on from the Dzeko situation, and you know, him going back to Chelsea, him coming back to City potentially. Will he help Manchester City run away with the title this year? Do you think it's going to happen?
I just think he's just someone that we can bring on in the 75th, 80th minute. Just someone we can, if we were winning 1 or 2-0, someone we can hit it up to and trust him to bring it down and give it onto a Sterling or a Mahrez running down the wing, almost just as like a last-minute counter-attack kind of situation.
Yeah. I mean,
and he'll just be there for the headed goals in the rough games where you're not getting through with your Sterlings and everything.
Where you need to play against the likes of Sheffield United and teams like that.
Someone that will just push them about a bit.
Yeah, I think it's important to have those players. But, moving away from Dzeko, I mean, Manchester City, as, in the title race now, they're looking favourites, aren't they? Wouldn't you say, as a City fan?
I mean, as a City fan, we're looking favourites. I mean,
it's
I remember right at the start of the season, we were like in 15th, and I was like,
I know.
Surely it's got to go right at some point.
It's
next thing I know, after a few games, we're back up in the top 4, and now we're top with a game in hand.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we predicted it last time that Man United had no chance, and I think that that came true after last night's result, which is brilliant. But I think City, there's teams.
Our players are all coming into form at the right time, and Guardiola's got them playing in a way where no other manager almost knows how to deal with it. And it's just working really well. Like the way Cancelo plays, where he starts at right back.
Yeah.
And he cuts in and he almost plays as a second pivot with Rodri, which helps Gundogan move forward.
Yeah.
And obviously Gundogan scored however many goals he scored this season. I've got a thing here. City in 2021 have scored 15 goals. United have scored 6 and Gundogan scored 5.
So Gundogan's almost scored as many goals as United.
Yeah, he scored more than Liverpool. Liverpool, they only scored their first goals of 2021 last night.
Yeah, I know.
That was only 3. So Gundogan still scored more than Liverpool.
But you said there, Pep's got the best out of the players he's got at the right time.
Yeah.
The title race is on.
Yeah. With our injuries at striker, with Aguero being out, Jesus being out, and then not being on form when he comes back, the way he's playing with the false 9 is amazing. The way he's doing it with Cancelo as well is unbelievable. Right now, Cancelo is the best right back in the league on current form. And when he does come inside, if he wants to make a run forward, he can, because he's that technical on the ball.
Yeah.
He can almost play on the right side of the attacking 2 midfielders, where De Bruyne would normally play, which almost pushes De Bruyne up to be able to play like a central cam where he plays his best football, I think.
Yeah, definitely. He's just an all-rounded player, isn't he, Cancelo?
Yeah, he plays on the left, he plays on the right, he's played in midfield. I mean, I saw a touch map of Cancelo this season, and it's even across the whole pitch. Like, there's red dots. You barely see any, just pitch. It's all red dots everywhere on the pitch.
Yeah.
It's just great to see.
Yeah. It's impressive, isn't it, really, to see. I think over the games I've watched, City do look like the team that are going to win it, just by form, performance, and just the way they're playing. It just almost seems like you're champions already. You're playing like champions, aren't you?
I can feel us pulling ahead.
Yeah, so I can
quite easily.
Yeah, I mean,
the way our defense is playing as well.
Yeah,
with the attack, everyone's just playing well. I mean, Ederson, he's heavily underrated. Going back to last week with our overrated. Ederson, I mean, in 127 Premier League appearances for City, he's got 63 clean sheets.
Yeah,
that's 49.6%. And I did a bit of research, and the highest percentage clean sheet ratio with goalkeepers in the Premier League of over 100 clean sheets is Pepe Reina with 45.8%.
Really?
So if Ederson was to keep up with the way he's playing, he's going to be the best keeper in the Premier League ever.
Ever, yeah. It's a very bold statement, but it could happen.
I know, but the way it's going,
the way you're playing, I mean, your next games they're not bad games. You've got a nice run. The next 3, you've got Sheffield United, Burnley,
good win,
and then you've got Liverpool. Now, Liverpool's the big one. Obviously, Liverpool's win last night almost, I'd say, puts them back in the title race. I think they're a bit far off, but Liverpool almost do have a chance. But I think you are going to run away with it. I mean, the teams you've got coming up, your next 3 games are Sheffield United, Burnley, and Liverpool, where I think you can
We'd take all 9 points.
I mean, yeah, you could.
Easy.
Yeah. I mean,
Wait till
Liverpool.
you see my predictions later on for Sheffield and Burnley.
Yeah. I mean, Liverpool conceding. I mean, they scored.
They're not scoring, really.
Well, yeah. I mean, they finally scored last night. They scored 3 times.
Yeah, but the Spurs defense was very shaky.
Yeah. That Spurs. I don't know what's wrong with Spurs last night. They
were. I remember at the beginning of the season, everyone was like, "Spurs are going to win. Look at the way Son and Kane are playing." Just because 2 of them are playing well doesn't make the whole team play well.
Yeah,
and they've dropped off, which they should do really.
Which is good. Which is brilliant for me.
Typical Spurs.
Yeah. Typical Spurs bottle jobs. Anyway, yeah. I mean, thanks to United losing to Sheffield, you've got a game in hand and you have a chance to be 4 points clear. So
yes, which we will be.
Yeah, which we will be. I don't see you losing to Sheffield United.
No, neither do I.
No, I mean I can't really see it. I mean I didn't really see United losing to Sheffield United, but
yes, you did. You had it in your prediction.
I know, but I didn't think it would happen. But
I was the opposite. I had United to win in my predictions, but I could see Sheffield United winning. Thank
God I did put it down because I mean it was a bit of a joke because of the topic of the podcast saying United couldn't do it, but they did. They lost to Sheffield United, but I don't think you will. But me saying that, it probably will happen. You'll lose now. So
don't say that.
But yeah, I mean, City, I think already are champions.
Yeah, Aguero might be coming back as well, which can't be a bad thing.
No,
remember, I was watching. He did a Twitch stream on Wednesday, and he was talking about his whole COVID situation.
Yeah,
and he said that he actually came positive a few days before he tweeted it out, and he was having tests yesterday. He had a COVID test and a general fitness test.
Yeah,
to check if he was fit to train again. And if the tests go well and he starts coming back, can't be a bad thing for us, to be honest.
Oh no, of course not. You got your striker back, haven't you? Really? Got your main man back.
He might not be as good as he was, but you can't complain at Aguero. So.
No, you can't complain having Aguero back. Definitely not. But yeah, you're looking like you are on track to lifting another Premier League title, which Arsenal are out of it again, which is sad. But is what it is. But I'm going to say it now. I mean, we've predicted some things this year. I'm going to say this now, so next season it happens. We predicted Tuchel to come in. Well, not Tuchel to come in, but Lampard to go. We predicted Man United don't have a chance. They lost to Sheffield United. So I'm going to say next year.
Oh no!
Big statement. I'm just going to say, I'm calling Arsenal top 4 finish next year. I'm going to say top 4 finish next year for Arsenal.
I might have to shut you down straight away with that one, to be honest. Don't know how I feel about that.
Is that a bit too far? Would you say?
It really depends if Tuchel's Chelsea start playing.
Yeah.
Tottenham back in. I mean, top 4 next season.
Yeah.
It's going to be City, Leicester are going to be in it. Liverpool will probably be back with their defenders, and then it's kind of a free for all for 4th place, really.
I mean,
so you do have a chance.
Yeah, I think we do. I think we have a decent chance. But anyway, enough about Arsenal and about me being deluded. We'll get on to last week's results and our predictions for the next 20 games until the next
20 games next week. So strap in. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah. So
all right, I've got the scores here for last week.
Yeah.
After the first 5 games, I was on 14 points.
Wow.
And you were on 9.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
There were 6 more games after that. Oh no, you know what? I'll save it till the last game. After the next 5 games, I only scored 2 more points. Meaning I'm on 16 currently.
Yeah.
You scored 7 more points. Meaning you're on 16 as well. Yeah.
Okay,
you predicted the Sheffield United United game, didn't you?
No. I know what's going to happen.
We predicted West Brom and City to win 5-0.
Yeah.
That was impressive. I got Leeds and Newcastle right. I said 2-1 to Leeds, which happened. What really annoyed me, I'll tell you this. West Ham against Crystal Palace. I said 3-1 to West Ham. It was 3-1 to West Ham until the 97th minute. So, right, so we're on 16 points each.
Yeah.
It's come down to the last game. Spurs against Liverpool.
Yeah.
The score was 3-1 to Liverpool, right? I predicted 2-2. I finished on 16 points. I didn't get any points for that. You said 1 goal to Spurs.
Yeah.
How many goals for Liverpool? No.
3.
You got no points either, so it was 16 all.
Oh, that's all right, though. I think we've done quite well.
So we're even. Right.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's decent.
Let's move on to next week because we've got
next week
20 games to get through. So
yeah, right. Okay, so
we'll try and go through quickly.
Yeah, I mean, right. Got predictions next one here. So the first game is Everton Newcastle.
Yeah.
What would you say?
2-0 Everton, easy. Newcastle aren't scoring and they're conceding.
Yep, I've said 2-0 Everton as well.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. The next game, Palace Wolves.
I've said 1-1.
1-1.
Wolves are not on form at the moment. Wolves are playing some good football, but they don't have that striker, like we said.
I mean, for that reason,
we just brought in the striker, but he's not starting. So
no, I mean, for that point, Wolves are starting to get back and form a little bit. I've gone 1-0 Wolves. I've gone for a Wolves win, but only a small one. Only a small one. Next game, Man City, Sheffield United.
You can go first for this one.
I've gone 3-0 City. That's what I've got.
I've got 5-0 again.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I think Sheffield United will keep you at bay a little bit, but obviously
I think they'll try, but
yeah,
I reckon we'll get another. I think we'll score early goals again.
Yeah,
and then another couple in the second half.
Next game is West Brom Fulham.
2-2. Desmond 2-2.
I've gone 2-1 West Brom.
Fulham and West Brom are tricky ones because they both don't play that bad, but they just lose a lot of games.
I think Allardyce will pull it out though. I think Allardyce's defensive tactics will come into play.
I can just see Adam Lookman scoring. It was 2-1 to you. You're getting all. It's 2-1 to West Brom. You're getting all excited. You're going to get your 5 points. No, 95th minute. Is it Adama?
Yeah, Adam Lookman. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to get his name wrong. Then. He's going to come in, score in the last minute, and I'm going to nick the 5 points off you.
That's good. That's a tight one. We don't know what's going to happen then until the last minute potentially. Next one, Arsenal, Man United.
I went wrong with predicting United to win last time, so I've gone for United to lose again. All right. Arsenal to win 2-1.
I've gone 2-0 Arsenal. I don't think we'll concede.
You don't think you'll concede?
No, I don't think we will.
I mean, the way Martial's playing at the moment, he's not scoring if there's an open net and he's 2 yards away.
So I mean, 2-0 Arsenal, and that will be nice for us. And that will be that'll be good for my prediction that Man United have no chance again. So next game, Southampton, Aston Villa.
2-1 to Aston Villa.
I've gone 1-1.
No, Southampton even, sorry. 2-1 to Southampton.
2-1 Southampton. I've gone 1-1. I've gone 1-1 for that one. So I reckon it'll be a close game. They're two good teams in form.
Yeah, I just feel like Aston Villa have dropped off a bit recently.
Yeah, but so Southampton, they lost 3-1 to us.
True, but that is Arsenal as well. So
yeah.
I'll stick with it. 2-1 Southampton.
Okay. Next game. So big game for Tuchel. Chelsea versus Burnley.
I don't think this will be Tuchel showing off how good he is. I think this will just be Burnley playing terrible. 2-0 Chelsea.
I've gone 2-1. 2-1 Chelsea. So that'd be good. That'd be good confidence booster for that Chelsea side. Next game, Leicester versus Leeds.
I think I've gone quite bold with this one.
Ooh.
I think the way Leeds play, it will just fall into Leicester's hands. So I said 4-0 to Leicester.
I've gone the other way completely. I've gone with a cheeky 1-0 Leeds. I think Leeds.
1-0. You think there'll only be one goal in that game?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah. 1-0 Leeds, I reckon.
I mean, okay, if you want to lose some points, that's fine by you.
Yep, by me. I'm happy to do that. I'll sacrifice for a Leeds win. But next game. This is interesting, actually. I've gone for the obvious, but it may go the other way. West Ham versus Liverpool.
You said you've gone for obvious. I think I've gone for obvious. I've gone 2-1 to West Ham.
Is that obvious? 2-1 West Ham?
Current form, yeah.
I mean, Liverpool have scored again. I took it to when I was doing them last night, because I waited for all the games to be over until I saw every team play. Liverpool scoring again. Salah scoring. They're playing well, but still conceding.
Declan Rice Suchek partnership for me.
So Yeah, but
Souček scores headers from corners. Liverpool's defence isn't looking great. They haven't got the big centre-backs in.
It's true, but I've gone for 3-1 Liverpool in the end.
All right.
So, next game. What have I done here? Brighton Spurs. Brighton Spurs.
I think you should go first then.
2-0 Brighton. I've gone 2-0.
Oh, I've gone 3-0 Spurs.
3-0 Spurs. So that's nice. We've got a bit of competition now.
Brighton are in 17th.
Yep, they're going to pull it out of the bag. They're going to do it. Trust me.
Okay.
Sheffield United, West Brom.
I feel like they want to bounce back from the 5-0 defeat against us. So I've gone for 2-0 to Sheffield United.
I've gone for the same. 2-0 Sheffield. Big game for both teams next. Again, sort of a decider really for how their season goes. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Arsenal.
I've gone big scores, 6 goals. They'll share them equally. I think it'll be 3-3.
3-3.
Yeah.
See, I've gone. Oh, we're not. I said Arsenal aren't conceding again. I've gone 3-0 Arsenal. I know.
Okay.
Big statement. I know. But good news for United fans next up. It's Man United versus Southampton. I've gone for 2-1 United. I thought, you know what? I'll be nice to United this week, or for that game anyway, and give them a win. So I've gone 2-1 United.
That 4-0 that I predicted last week has just put me never for United to win again. 1-0 to Southampton.
Oh, I mean, I can see it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Hope so.
Yeah, I mean, for your sake, yeah. Next game, boring game. Newcastle Palace. What have you gone?
Newcastle Palace. You think it's going to be boring?
Yeah,
I think it's going to be 3-0 Palace.
I've gone 0-0. That's what I've gone.
I think it'll be a boring 3-0, but they'll get 3 goals.
Boring 3-0.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be an exciting game.
No.
Sheffield, Newcastle are just not doing well.
No,
at all.
Bruce is under a lot of pressure. I reckon he may be the next to go.
Players aren't playing for him.
Yeah, he may be the next to go. Sadly, I like Bruce. I do like him. But we'll have to see what happens. Nice game for you, Burnley, Manchester City.
You want me to go first?
Yep.
I don't think I should go first.
It's going to be like 6-0.
Looking at my score.
Yeah. I've gone 2-0 Manchester City.
Oh. I think if you take your score and add the Sheffield United score for us, that's what I've gone for. I think we're going to win 7-0.
7-0. 7-0. You're coming right. Okay, you're losing points though. Just saying, you're losing.
Well, no, because at the end of the day, if we win, I get 2 points.
Yeah, but if you only win 2-0, I get 6.
5.
5, whatever. But next, Fulham versus Leicester. I've gone for a nice Leicester City 2-0 win.
I've gone for a bit of a shocker on this one. I've gone for 2-1 to Fulham.
2-1 Fulham?
Yeah. I don't know why. I think I might have written the score the wrong way around, but yeah, I'll stick with it. 2-1 to Fulham.
2-1 Fulham. Go for it. Next, bit of a weird one. I wasn't too sure, but I went with what I think is going to happen. Leeds Everton. I've gone 2-1 for Everton.
I've not gone too far apart. I've gone 3-0 to Everton. So we're both agreeing on Everton beating Leeds.
Yeah. I think that will happen. Can't see
Rodriguez scored last week. He's going to have confidence back in him.
Yeah, exactly. I think Everton maybe back a little bit as well. They're sort of reviving.
I like Everton.
Yeah, so do I. I really thought they had a chance at the title. At the start of the season.
They're just a harmless club, really.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Liverpool fan. I just like them.
Yeah. Next, Villa, West Ham. Tight one, I think, this. What do you think?
I think it'll be tight, but I think West Ham will just nick it 2-1.
I've gone 1-1. I've gone
close.
1-1. Yeah, I think it will be.
I just don't like doing draws a lot, to be honest.
No, but I just think it's going to happen. I can't see either team winning that. They're two good teams, sort of similar quality. So I think it's going to be a draw. Next, Liverpool versus Brighton.
Boring 2-0 to Liverpool.
I've gone 3-0 Liverpool. Yep.
Yeah.
And finally, we're at the end of the 20 games.
Big game to finish it off with as well.
It is a big game, but I've been quite boring. I've been really boring.
Oh, no.
So Spurs-Chelsea, I've gone 1-1.
I mean, mine's not that much more exciting. I've gone 2-0 Spurs.
See, I think Chelsea will be able to. I don't know.
You think the new manager bounce will?
Yeah, I think
give them that boost.
I do. I do think that. I don't think Spurs have it in them anymore.
I don't know. I voted that. I made this before the Tottenham Liverpool game. I probably would change my decision, but
you can't now. I'll stick with it. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to.
No.
But no, yeah. I mean, after last night, Spurs conceding, and sort of Spurs and Chelsea are similar in a way.
Yeah, if I was to do it again, I'd probably give Chelsea a 2-1 win, but I'll stick with 2-0 Spurs.
We've got a few big games coming up. So obviously, the Spurs-Chelsea is the last one. Arsenal United as well. That's big.
We've got the 7-0 City against Burnley.
Yep, that's a nice thing that's not going to happen. So we'll have to see. And next time when you join us, I'll be top of the table, I think. So
you think?
Yeah, I think I will be.
I don't.
You think your 7-0 is going to come out of clutch?
Yeah. If it does, I think I should get some bonus points, to be honest.
I think you should. I think that's quite okay. If City wins 7-0, okay, you get 3 bonus points.
Did you have any outrageous shouts? Because if you've got an outrageous one and you win, I'll give you some bonus points.
I went for where is it? I mean, Arsenal Man United is a bit bold. What else is quite bold? There you go. Brighton 2, Spurs 0. Okay.
Okay, if Brighton beat Spurs 2-0, you can get 3 bonus points.
Okay.
Wait, what did I say for Brighton's? Oh, I said 3-0 to Spurs. So yeah, sure. Yeah, fine.
All right, okay. Deal. All right, sweet. So 3 bonus points if you win 7-0 and 3 bonus points Brighton beat Spurs.
I think mine's more likely to come in than yours. To
be honest, I think it is. Yeah, you're right. But I think that sort of wraps it up, really, doesn't it? We've sort of done the predictions now, ran through the results. So I think this is going to be the end of episode 2. First of all, thank you for watching again. We both really appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also leave a comment below, potentially what you'd like us to discuss next week. If you're listening to us on Spotify, don't forget to share this around and give us a follow. So join us next week after Arsenal beat Manchester United and Manchester City don't win 7-0. So we'll see you then. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening.